Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Twisted Stitcher podcast. This is episode number 1. Today is Monday, September 1st. Today is Labor Day here in the United States. I hope everyone enjoyed their day off, enjoyed their picnics and their parades. My name is Ashley. I will be your host, and thank you for stopping by and checking out my new podcast. So, first let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am right now a full-time college student. I am taking business classes at our local community college. I have about a year to go. I plan to graduate in the spring of 2015, so I'm really looking forward to wrapping up my classes. I have been knitting for about 3 or 4 years. I've only really been serious about knitting for the last few months, probably since the start of the year. I always thought that knitting was really fiddly, really difficult, and just tricky, and it was something that I just didn't enjoy. I had been crocheting long before that, so going from really only using one tool in one hand to two tools in both hands was really tricky for me. But luckily I had lots of support and encouragement, and I'm getting pretty good at it. I've found that I enjoy knitting. I like the fabric and the cloth and the patterns that are available for knitters, so I like to knit. I also spin. I've been spinning for going on 3 years. It'll be 3 years in January, and I really enjoy spinning. It's amazing to see fluff transform into yarn that you can then knit into a garment. It's a really amazing thing. So let's jump right into things. What have I been working on? Well, most recently I have been working on a Hitchhiker. The Hitchhiker is a Martina Bem pattern. If you haven't seen the Hitchhiker, you must be living under a rock because everybody has knit a Hitchhiker. I am working on mine out of Unwind Yarn Company Journey Sock. This is the Making Memories 2014 colorway. This was a special edition colorway from the Into the Wool retreat, which I attended back in May. Has it been May already? It's been a long time. I am working on this with my ChowGoo interchangeables. These are a US size 3. I love ChowGoo needles. I'm a really tight knitter, so these really help to get into the stitches when they're a little bit tight. The points are great. They're super pointy. I love the cables. I kind of prefer a little bit of a stiff cable. So these are great needles. I highly recommend them. Here's a closer look at Dana's yarn. You can kind of see she has some amazing dye work. If you haven't tried out Unwind Yarn Company, you really need to try them out. They have some gorgeous colorways, really unique color scents. The Hitchhiker, again, it's by Martina Bem. Right now, it's about $4.30 on Ravelry. And here is what it looks like, what the finished. It's a kind of a shawlette scarf, asymmetrical. It's a really neat, unique piece. I'm looking forward to finally finishing mine. It has been hanging out in a bag that I made. This bag is so super cute. It has all sorts of little woodland creatures, foxes and squirrels and raccoons. It's got little leaves for the fall, little acorns. It's a zippered bag. I even found the perfect little zipper pull. I don't know if you can tell. It's a little acorn. I love it. So this is the perfect bag for a 1 to 2 skein project. I love it. I've also been working on a Magrathea, which is also a Martina Bem pattern. It's also about $4.30 right now. I'll show you what the finished shawl looks like first. I don't know if you can see that. It's a really pretty shawl, garter body with a really nice lace section at the bottom with some points blocked out, sort of a diamond motif. It's very, very pretty. When I first saw this shawl, I said, ooh, I know I have to make that, and ooh, I know I have the perfect yarn. Also, Unwind Yarn Company, Dana, again. This is her Aurora Borealis in Twinkle Sock, so it's got some sparkle to it. I'm not too far into this pattern yet, just because it takes a lot of focus, a lot of time to look at it. It probably takes about 30 minutes to get through one little diamond repeat. So this is a project you guys will be seeing a lot of. It's probably going to take me a long time to finish this project, and I'm okay with that. I think it's okay to have projects that take you a long time to finish. So here's a closer look again at the yarn. It's gorgeous blues and greens and purples, and there's just so much depth to the different colors. Dana, again, good stuff. Love it. Unwind Yarn Company. This also has been going around in a bag that I made. Again with the foxes. I'm kind of stuck on foxes right now. This one's super, super cute. Same thing, zipper bag. Just the perfect size bag for a one skein project. Really like it. As far as spinning goes, I don't have anything on the wheel right now. Hopefully I will be starting something soon, which you will see. Let's move on to finished objects. Finished things that I have finished up in the last couple of weeks. Knitting-wise, I finished a cowl. This is the Jaywalker cowl. This is by Knitwise Cracker on Ravelry. It's a free download. I actually saw this pattern at my local yarn store, and I said, ooh, I have to have that. What's great about this, it's knit in Malabrigo Silky Merino. It only uses one skein. It's 150 yards in a skein, so this is super, super quick. It's a great gift pattern, great to kind of bust through some stash. If you've got any knit-alongs, anything like that you just need a quick project for, this is perfect. The colorway is Arco Iris. There's a lot of colors in this yarn. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's really a rainbow, but it's really amazing the way that the colors are. They're not your traditional rainbow colors. So I'm looking forward to wearing this come this winter and fall. Also, I have a skein of finished yarn. This is from Wild Hair Fiber Studio. This was Superwash Merino in her Promise colorway. Originally, the colorway, it progressed through the rainbow and ended with pink going into white and then gray. I wasn't the biggest fan of the white and gray as I was spinning it because I really wanted to preserve the colors of the rainbow. So I left those off. I only ended up with 3.4 ounces, but I got my best yardage ever. Best spin. I got 449 yards of a Navajo ply, so a 3-ply. Y'all, I can't even begin to say how happy I am with this yarn. It's a little dense, but I like my yarns just a little bit dense. I'm very, very, very pleased with this yarn. It's going to be going tomorrow to be entered into the Mountain State Fair here in Asheville. And I've got a sneaking suspicion that this is going to be best in show. Y'all cross your fingers. So here's a little bit closer what it looks like. I'm thinking some sort of shawl for this just to preserve the long color sections. So I'm very, very happy with this. So what am I going to work on next? What's next up? I have a couple of things in mind. I have been seeing everyone on Instagram and on Ravelry knitting Boston Jen's new pattern, Jennifer Lasan, the Tan House Brook shawl. I love this shawl. I actually first saw it back in May, right after Into the Wool, and I thought, ooh, I really want to cast on some new yarn in that shawl, but I just haven't had time. So it's definitely on the radar. It's a $5 Ravelry download. I have some yarn picked out that I'd like to use for it. This is some yarn that I dyed. This was dyed during the self-portrait dye-along for the Dyer's Notebook podcast. If you guys don't watch that podcast, you should definitely check it out. It's Laura from Jinx Yarns. She does a lot of great information about dyeing, knitting, business things. She's a smart girl, and she does some amazing dye work. So it's called Carolina on My Mind. This was inspired by some landscapes around the Asheville area, which is where I live, Asheville, North Carolina, in the Blue Ridge Mountains. So I'm really excited to actually work this up into a project. Hopefully you guys can see there's lots of blues and greens and sort of some turquoises and teals. A lot of my favorite colors in there. So that's going to be going on the needles soon. Next on the wheel, I plan to spin some Polworth. Do you guys see this? This is from Friends and Fiber. This is their organic Polworth. This is the Crocus colorway. I've never spun Polworth before. And like Malia says, rhymes with Maria, what are you waiting for? I don't know. I really don't know. So this is going to go on my bobbin next. Hopefully I can start this week. Hopefully. We'll just have to kind of see how my schedule plans out. But this is really, really, really pretty stuff. Blues and purples, and it's just so squishy. I can tell that it was really well dyed. There's no felting, no neps, no anything. So this is going to be a fun spin. How about out and about? Where am I going to be? Spinzilla is coming up. Do you know about Spinzilla? Spinzilla now this year is an international spinning contest. Basically, there are teams of up to 25 spinners from around the world that are competing to see what team can spin the most yardage in 1 week. It runs from October 6th through October 12th. I am actually the co-captain of a local team, the Asheville Homecrafts Revolutionaries. We have a lot of really fun spinning outings planned. We're going to be at a couple of the local visitor centers, the local fiber mill. We're trying to get set up to go spin at the Biltmore Estate. We are going to go to a couple of bars. I don't know if you're familiar, but Asheville has a huge craft brewery scene, big into craft beer. So we're going to hit up a couple of the local bars. It's going to be a fun week. I think last year we placed 7th amongst all the teams. I'm really hoping we do well this year. I know personally, last year I spun about 1,800 yards, so I'm hoping to spin more than that. I definitely want to be part of the Monster Mile Club. So I think if I pick some exciting things out of my stash that I've been looking to spin for a while, that I'll be really motivated to burn through it and get some good finished skeins. Also coming up is SAF, the Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair. SAF is held every year at the Western North Carolina Agricultural Center here in Asheville. This year it's October 24th through the 26th. I will be there all 3 days. Friday morning, every morning, I get there early to get my shopping done. Saturday this year, I'll be there. I'll be volunteering some, most likely at the skate and garment competition. So come by and see me. Sunday, I'll be there just kind of hanging out, chilling out, talking with some people. I may take one of my spinning wheels and just enjoy the day and enjoy the atmosphere. Friday night, I'll be at the after party at the Mountain Inn and Suites. If you haven't been before, you should definitely check it out. It's lots of fun. Last year, I got a couple of really good door prizes, so I'm looking forward to going again this year. If you're going to be there and you want to get together for dinner, Friday night, Saturday night, anytime, really, let's get together. Let's hang out. It'll be fun. So next, let me tell you a little bit about something exciting. So some of you may know, and if you're new to the podcast, you don't know, I'm a dyer. I'm an indie dyer. It's kind of odd saying that because it's also new. I am in the process of starting my own business called Twist Fiber Studio. I will be specializing in hand-dyed yarns and spinning fibers, and I'll also occasionally offer project bags and stitch markers, things like that. It's really a pretty exciting thing that has come to be. As I told you guys earlier, I'm a college student, and my college offers a really great program for potential small business owners in their student body. The program is called the Student Business Incubator. Basically, in a nutshell, it's a 12-month extracurricular activity that helps you start your own business. Back in March, I had to present my idea before a couple of the counselors at the Small Business Center, and they basically said, okay, your idea is feasible, or no, it's not. So luckily, I moved forward. I had to present the idea a couple more times. I had to develop basically a miniature business plan and do a formal presentation. It's a pretty competitive program, but luckily I got in. I moved forward. I was welcomed into the program in June. The program offers me counseling as far as starting my business goes. If I have questions or I need resources like an accountant, an attorney, anything that I could need, they can connect me with someone, oftentimes for free. I also get funding. It's a grant-funded program. I will get $5,000, $500 a month for the next 10 months for business expenses. I also have my own office over on the campus. It's the west campus of my college, which is only about 10 minutes from my house, so it's perfect. At my office, I have access to printers, fax machines, I have my own computer, I have a whole library of business resource books, anything that I can need. I am so excited and so thankful to be on this journey. I moved into my office about a month ago. I'm really just now kind of ramping up, developing products, developing concepts, and am looking to order my first batches of yarn and fiber in the next couple of months. So I'm very, very, very excited. And this is kind of where you guys come in. Some of my Instagram friends have already seen this, but I will be launching a Kickstarter campaign on October 1st. In my Kickstarter campaign, I will be featuring my Perfect Pair project bag sets, which feature a project bag with matching hand-dyed yarn and fiber. So there will be 100 sets total. These are going to be limited edition sets. There are only going to be 100. These colorways are never going to be repeated. So you can get them now and never get them again. There will be 10 different colorways, 10 sets of each one. Right now I have it set up where 5 of each set are for yarn or fiber. The other 5 will feature yarn and fiber, or you can double up, say 2 skeins of yarn or 2 braids of fiber if you have a bigger project in mind. So let me show you some of the colorways. Guys, I'm so excited about these. I have been working so hard on finding the perfect fabrics, mixing the perfect matching dyes. I think this is a great concept, a great idea. I know I personally would love to own any of these sets. So let me show you. The first set I would like to show you is Claire. Claire is yellow and gray, sort of a medallion, geometric sort of pattern. All of these bags are zippered bags with boxed bottoms, so they stand on their own. They're heavily interfaced, so they're sort of a semi-rigid sided bag. They all have zippers with coordinating linings. They all have handles. Pretty nice bags. I think they're the perfect size too for a 1 or 2 skein project. And once you're finished with your matching yarn, this is the perfect bag to use with any yarn. So with this, you have the matching yarn and the matching spinning fiber. So you kind of see you have all 3. That is Claire. She'll be available on the Kickstarter on October 1st. Next, we have Penelope. Penelope is my favorite. I really like this. As soon as I saw this fabric at the local quilt shop, I said, oh, I have to get that. So it's a more fun, kind of flirty, fun colors, teals and turquoises and deeper blues and oranges and pinks. Same type of a bag, zipper bag, box bottom, And here is the matching yarn and the matching fiber. So that again is Penelope. Next we have Coraline. Coraline was a tricky one. Coraline's bag has a lot of black in it. And I didn't want to so much use the black in the finished bag. So the matching yarn is a lot more pastel, a lot more demure. This would be perfect for a baby knit, or even if you just want something a little bit more all seasons, perfect for a spring shawl, something like that. It really translates the colors from the bag well. I also have spinning fiber that matches Coraline. So you'll see it matches the colors in the different flowers. The pinks and the blues and the tealy greens, the browns, the khaki tans. So here's the fiber, the yarn, and the bag. And this again is Coraline. Next we have Lisette. Lisette is a really pretty set. I really love this fabric. It's sort of an apricot, sort of orangey color with lemony yellow flowers with matching yarn and matching fiber. So this again is Lisette. And finally this week we have Zelma. Zelma on the Instagram feeds was a lot of people's favorite, so she might be kind of tricky to get. Zelma features red roses. They're different shades of red with a blue floral kind of a vine pattern background. Again, same bag with, again, matching yarn. Really pretty yarn with this one. Lots of contrast, lots of variation in the reds in there. I really like this yarn. And matching fiber. This would be a fun spin. I think I'd really enjoy spinning this one. So, again, finally, this one is Zelma. So those are the first 5 sets of the 10. The other 5 I will be premiering on the next episode, which will be on September 15th. So make sure and tune back in then, see if you find a new favorite. And again, all of these will be available on my Kickstarter campaign, which launches on October 1st. I'm still finalizing pricing and details. Hopefully by next episode I'll have pricing details for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Any suggestions? I'd love to hear what you guys think. So, as far as my business goes, each episode I want to tell you a little bit about where I'm at and where I'm going. So far with my business, back on August 1st, I registered my business. So now I am a legal business. Twist Fiber Studio exists. We're recognized by the state of North Carolina. Very excited to kind of take that formal step. I've also done a lot of pricing work, applications with wholesale suppliers, doing a lot of the sort of the administrative type things that I had no idea take so much time and effort. So kudos to all you dyers out there. You guys, you work hard. You really do. Next up, I will be having a logo designed. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully by next episode, but it may not be until the following episode, which will be on October 1st. I'm also, of course, going to be continuing to work on the project bag sets so that I can show you guys next time the next 5 bags for the Kickstarter campaign. So, moving right along, we have a contest this week. I really want to have a contest every month that starts on the 1st and ends on the last day of the month. So, yeah, we have a contest. It's going to be exciting. Halloween is coming up, so this contest, I would like to offer a project bag. This is one of my drawstring project bags. This one's fun. It also features the box bottom. This one isn't quite as rigid as the zippered bags are. It has a fun striped detail with lots of cute little Halloween critters, and it has a matching orange lining. So for this bag, I want you guys to tell me which of the Perfect Pair project bag sets was your favorite. There's going to be a thread in our Ravelry group where I'll put pictures of each of the sets so that you can see them again. And just tell me which bag set was your favorite, and you'll be entered to win. This contest is going to go through September 30th. I will use a random number generator to pick the winner, which will be announced on October 1st. And I will get this mailed right out to you. A couple of rules for the contest. 1 entry per person, please. And you must be a member of our Ravelry group to win. You can find the Ravelry group on Ravelry, which it's the Twisted Stitcher Podcast group. So just go search for us there. There's going to be a thread in the group with the contest details. And the contest will close at 10 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, September 30th. So make sure and tell me which set's your favorite, and you're entered to win. So I think that's about it for this episode. I'd like to tell you guys how you can watch the podcast and how you can reach me. You can watch our episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/twistedstitcher1. That's the number 1. You can watch episodes and view show notes on the blog, which is twistedstitcherpodcast.wordpress.com. You can chat about episodes and enter the contest threads in our Ravelry group, which is the Twisted Stitcher Podcast group. You can email me at twistedstitcherpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can get in touch with me personally on Ravelry or Instagram at Carolina Spinner. So come follow me on Instagram. You'll get to have some sneak peeks of some of the things that I'm working for the shop. And I'd love to see what you guys are working on too. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any comments, suggestions for things that I can do better, I would love your feedback. So feel free to get in touch with me, and I look forward to seeing you guys on September 15th. I hope all of your crafting is fun and you don't drop any stitches. And we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.